Hello and welcome to Mindful Eating. This is Candle Red, chapter number 10. And trust me, what binds the nations together, people together, is food. So, no doubt, our SDG tag is good health and well being, goal number 3, and responsible consumption and production, goal number 12. What we are looking essentially under goal setting is how do we think about food? Are we thinking how it smells, tastes, the texture of it, or we are mindlessly eating it? Most of our dinner conversations are always about, well, anything but the food, right? Except when the food is poor or there is no salt in the food, which is so unhelpful. Now, interestingly, you must share this anecdote with students that France have, been so against this junk food and fast food culture, they've started something called a slow food culture. You go to a restaurant, you order a meal, and it will take ages for the meal to arrive. I don't know how much patience you have, but I'm sure you don't go to that restaurant when you're really, really hungry. So being mindful is when you chew the food, you pay more attention to it, you look at the cues, you look at the color, the texture. I mean, we're not saying that make it like the most important part of it, but at least make eating a source of, a process, a source of joy. So for sure, when you are doing mindful eating, you can draw this little, watermelon or food on the table and say, okay, do you notice it? What do you observe? How does it feel like? Maybe the salad, the taste, do you enjoy it? And definitely one thing you must do is remove distractions. I mean, it's not eating popcorn on an INOX theater. So no television, no remotes, no mobile gadgets, but uncluttered space is what is important. Also, it is said that when you eat it, pace your inning for at least a 20 minutes, you chew your food down, your food intake is better, and you actually are more healthier. So add life to years, not just years to life. Now, it doesn't matter if you're 15 or 25 or 55. What is important is how you keep yourself healthy. Few tips before we get into the activity. One is the key to healthy eating pattern is focus on the portion control. I mean, look at this the beautiful thing. Use smaller plates as it control your food portion. Look at the two plates here, exactly the same food, but the smaller plates look full as if you've eaten more. It is said, sometime also it says to use lighter plate, white against dark, because you don't realize how much you eat in a darker plate. Very interesting conversation. People often overeat because the food tempting, it's like buffet. So family dinners and party spreads, maybe you choose what to make on, and as a family you decide the menu. It would be interesting as a side activity to just look at the menu of a family for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And maybe if people say you eat 4 times a week, a day, so what is the fourth meal? Push the plant. Yes, we're not talking being vegan, but we're at least saying how much green is in your food. Just what are the colors in your food? That will be interesting. We have a sense of activity coming up. But what's food rich in fiber, vitamin, mineral? Remember this food chart we used to do in the school? Maybe it's time to redraw the food chart and think what you do. Well, fast and slow food. I already told you about the French slow food culture. That food that has a lot of coffee, carbonated drink, and fast food may not be the culture. You can just show them the picture and ask them to brands. Trust me, kids love doing it. Just show them the picture. Just a bucket of the popcorn, they will tell KFC. Popcorn itself, it's salt caramel or the cheese popcorns. The fries could be from Burger King, McDonald's. There's burgers out there. There are donuts. There's cinnamon. There are mad over donuts. Cupcakes. Taco Bell's, Gems, kids will tell you all the brands associated with fast food or junk food. So, this little girl, Anna, is in a problem. She's decided that a third year pre med student studying biology, Anna, this is Aman, and diagnosing himself, he look at a few medical books. He goes to a local pharmacy and purchases medicine to make him feel better. Is that a right thing? Well, we are looking at two different things. Over the top prescription is not recommended just because they're doing food habits. We also talking about prescriptions, and the same thing goes to over the top food. I remember a pregnant lady going to KFC, and the KFC employee was kind enough and said, ma'am, please do not eat this. Find out what the ingredients are. Just in the brown book we have a chapter which talks about ingredients, so you can discuss this in greater detail. The next 10.2, is mindfulness in a lunchbox. Oh, wonderful. Four friends decide to check each other's lunchbox. What do you find it more appealing? If you're in school, well, you can do it a pre-lunch assessment. It'll be wonderful to look at others. It's always nice to eat others' food, by the way. I always found my friends' lunches tastier than mine, but there could be multiple resources and to talk about. Keep a journal, write down the details of the day, try to look at the senses, the sight, smell, and I've four lunches. Well, the picture may not be very tempting, but which lunchbox do you identify with? Which lunchbox do you think it's your cup of tea? Also, there is a tuna, so it's okay if you're vegetarian, you can skip that. There is a second one has different called eggplant. Well, yeah, or brinjals and carrots. Well, there is smoked salmon. Virat Kohli, before he became vegan, was a big fan of pink salmon, and this fish is rich in protein. Or there are different options to choose from. We can give more options, but does it look like a healthy lunch? Does it look like a cluttered lunch? Would you think that we are missing fruits from the lunch boxes? You can have multiple choices. Finally, the last activity is something that we call sleepy owl. Well, your food decides your different patterns in life, including your sleep and what kind of a person you are. This is something I've echoed across the spectrum. So first, you can take a survey. You can ask them. You can just look at the icons again, and they'll tell you it's an Instagram or the shopping Amazon or it's a YouTube or it's just WhatsApp chats that they're doing. What keeps you awake at night? Are you a morning person or a night person? Well, we have an activity like that, but here it's primarily about sleep. And when I talk about it, there's so many conversations that can. I'll give you a FYI, an amusing fact. There are companies, mainly mattress companies, or even IKEA, who pays people to sleep on their mats and they record them. They want you to genuinely sleep and you get paid for sleeping. Wow, that's one job I don't mind applying for. But what do you think the biggest distractors of a sleep? Is it mattress? Is it loud talking sound? Oh, for some of us, it's not the light, it's the sound. Or is it the Instagram? It just played and you were so engrossed in it. Is it Amazon shopping, Myntra shopping? Is it the idea of that missing out syndrome, FOMO, yeah, fear of missing out, the notification sound, late night gupshup, so you had a lot of, or maybe argument also, or fried or fast food at night. I mean, the list can go on. You can ask class to describe themselves. You can make them to choose five. You can make them, push them to add 10 more. And trust me, there are enough reasons. What's the word that you have when you don't sleep? It's called insomnia, right? So discuss the word with them, talk to them. What does insomnia mean, and why does it occur? Does it affect the teenagers more, or the adults more, or the grown-ups more? There can be multiple versions of this particular exercise, and I hope the students come out and the teachers come out with a lot of benefits after this. So good luck, and hopefully you'll do well. All the best.